I say Ali used to float like a butterfly, he used to sting like a bee. But when he fight Larry Holmes, he'll fall in round 3.
On October 2nd, 1980, at the age of 38, Muhammad Ali stepped into the ring against his former sparring partner, Larry Holmes. This fight left a deep impression on the audience, many of whom could not hold back tears. Muhammad, already suffering from an illness, experienced significant difficulties throughout the fight, was defeated. At this moment on the other side of America, a 14-year-old boy is intently watching this drama on TV. With tears on his face, he repeats the same phrase, "I will avenge you." Then Mike Tyson made a promise to himself to avenge his idol. Welcome to the World of Fight channel. In this episode, I will tell you an amazing story from the world of boxing, which is more like a movie plot than reality. This is the story of how a devoted fan got revenge for his idol. It is the story of how Mike Tyson avenged Muhammad Ali. Be sure to watch to the end. You will love it. During his legendary career, Muhammad Ali only once suffered an early defeat. It was his former sparring partner, Larry Holmes, who became the only boxer to finish a fight with Ali before the final gong was sounded. The fight ended in the 10th round when Muhammad Ali's team decided to stop the fight due to the obvious dominance of his opponent. Ali's condition was alarming. Boxing experts characterized the match as a total beatdown.
He cared about his fighter too much. The way Eddie...
And now there will be very interesting information. Few people know, but 3 months before this ill-fated fight, Ali underwent a medical examination, the conclusion of which for a long time was kept in the strictest secrecy. The whole point was that Muhammad was already diagnosed with a terrible diagnosis, Parkinson's disease. The symptoms were already evident. Muhammad could not stand on one leg, could hardly touch the tip of his nose, and his speech was becoming more and more slurred. The organization of the legendary fight between Muhammad and Larry Holmes was then in danger of failure. But still here, Ali took everything in his hands and insisted on holding this fight. And in the end, he managed to persuade his team, and his medical history was hidden from unnecessary eyes. As soon as Muhammad entered the ring that night, he looked directly into Larry's eyes and started shouting the following phrase, "I am your teacher. You owe everything to me." It can be assumed that there was some personal animosity between Larry and Ali. That was the reason why Muhammad decided to go to the ring against Holmes, and he didn't care about his health and his disappointing diagnosis. Before the fight, Holmes had said a lot of unnecessary things about his former sparring partner.
On the fight, it's a Holmes-Ali fight. It's not an Ali-Holmes fight. It's Holmes-Ali. And Ali had his day. This is my day. I say Ali used to float like a butterfly, he used to sting like a bee. But when he fight Larry Holmes, he'll fall in round 3. I'm gonna fall in 3.
You was crazy. You slapped me.
And then the bell sounds for the fight. The 10 rounds of beating of the champion began, which was scary to watch. Parkinson's disease was just beginning to develop, but despite this, it had left an impressive mark on Muhammad's stamina, reaction, and speed. He could no longer flutter like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Eventually, Muhammad's trainer, Angelo Dundee, couldn't take it anymore and had to stop the fight to end the nightmare.
Angelo Dundee. He cared about his fighter too much. The way Eddie Futch cared about Joe Frazier.
The story could have ended here, but it was at this moment that fate interweaves a character like Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson had a rather difficult childhood. At the age of 13, Mike got into a juvenile correctional facility. and it would seem that it would be impossible for him to get out of this pit. But here, helped by chance, because it was in the penal colony, Iron Mike met with the legendary Muhammad. And this meeting changed the young man's life forever, because from that moment, he caught the idea of becoming a world champion in boxing. When Tyson was 14 years old, his potential was recognized by a famous trainer named Cass D'Amato. He had adopted a homeless boy at the time. Cass was well acquainted with Muhammad Ali, so several times he personally asked Muhammad to talk to Tyson on the phone. And the first conversation between our two heroes took place exactly after that dramatic fight. Tyson, in tears, then said the following phrase, "Don't worry, champ, when I become big, I will take revenge and beat him for you." As time went on, Iron Mike went from that little 14-year-old guy to a real knockout machine who conquered the boxing world, and by the end of the 80s was already ranked as the best boxer regardless of weight. Cass D'Amato had unfortunately left this world by that time, but his legacy has continued in the form of Iron Mike. By that time, 38-year-old Larry Holmes had already suffered 2 defeats in a row. The fighter was clearly not at the peak of his career, and Tyson never forgot the promise he had once made to his idol.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
And in January 1988, the moment came when this fight between Mike Tyson and Larry Holmes was organized. For some reason, Larry was too confident in his victory and allowed himself to speak unflatteringly about young Mike.
I'm going down in history, not Mike Tyson. He go down in history as a SOB. If he do happen to win the fight, down the line, he's going to destroy himself.
The boxing world has never seen such a motivated Tyson. Even for his first title fight, Mike didn't come out with the same attitude. He carried all the resentment and anger through the years and was determined to demolish Holmes. And here comes another legendary moment. Before the beginning of the fight, Muhammad Ali himself appeared in the ring, who slowly approached Mike Tyson and told him the legendary phrase, "Get him for me," to which Tyson meekly nodded his head. Already from the first seconds of the fight, Larry realized the situation he was in, and he just had to survive.
Mike banged over the body. By the way, Larry had over 20 title defenses for English champion. Now the young guy is chasing him down. I'm a huge fan of Larry Holmes, but this isn't the Larry Holmes that I want to remember. Michael Tyson's legacy is in front of him. It remains to be seen what greatness he may achieve.
In the 4th round, with a powerful right straight, Tyson put Holmes on the floor, and that was the beginning of the end.
Getting through this 4th round is the biggest problem. Oh, right hand, down goes Larry Holmes. For one of the few times in his career, boy, oh boy, look at that. He was knocked down by Ernie.
With great difficulty, Larry got up and continued the fight, but immediately furious, Mike attacked his opponent, and with a few swinging side kicks, he got another knockdown.
There's no free knockdown rule, but Larry's in a heap of trouble here. His legs out there, he'll take the standing 8 count.
Holmes got up this time, but it would have been better if he hadn't.
Smells the blood. He senses the kill. He comes in for it. Larry trying to hold him off. There's too much time left in the 4th round. The end of a great career is imminent. Larry Holmes' legs are jelly. This lightning in the fist. Big right hand, followed up by the left hook. Lightning in the fist of Tyson. Great left hand. Base that one, getting in position. Mike showing faith to get set for the big.
Tyson continued beating the former world champion. Larry took all the blows and did not respond to them. And Tyson's trademark right side kick put the end to this confrontation.
There with the left hand, the right hand. Sticks to the body, goes to the right hand, just left in a big right hand.
Holmes collapsed on the floor and did not even make any attempts to get up on his feet.
Holmes is knocked up. He doesn't count him up, but he's out.
The once legendary champion was simply destroyed in the ring. Tyson kept all his promises, and in front of Muhammad Ali gave his offender a real beating. Mike became the first to knock out Larry Holmes, and he did it by declassifying the former world champion. Thank you for watching this video. Until next time.
Can he get a lot of confusion in there. Larry seems to be okay. Thank the good Lord above for that.